So we are starting to collect magnets and stickers from YouTube channels. So if you have one, send it to me. We also have our own. Alright, let's go make some food. Hey y'all, welcome to Cooking on the Farm. I'm Rachel and today we're gonna be roasting some vegetables. I have another video of roasting asparagus and it is amazing, and this is what we do in the summer a lot of times. As harvest comes in, even in the winter, it's actually, what are we, February 23rd today, and we're doing this for lunch because it is so good. It's something that we do all the time. All right, come in, let's look at our ingredients. You're gonna need a couple tablespoons of butter, a couple tablespoons of coconut oil. Today we're using broccoli, onions, carrots, and I season them very simply with salt and pepper. So I am going to put a couple tablespoons on here. I'm obviously not measuring. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna put this in my oven. It is going in at 425, around theirs. And I'm gonna get this pan screaming hot. I have my mandolin here. I use this a lot. Normally for this amount, I wouldn't use it, but I'm gonna show you how to kind of fancy it up a little bit. You know, instead of doing carrots, you know, upright like this, like I normally do, you can do an angle. But with these, you have to be super, super careful, and they could be super dangerous. So paying attention, not on the phone, not talking to people, slowly slicing. I'm not straight down like this. If I went straight down like this, I would take off everything. So I am off to the side and I am watching. This is just for my family, and I'm gonna take them down till I have no more hand grip, and then I'm gonna put the hand protection on. So I have this set on about 1/4 of an inch space. I'm gonna pull out my pan and set it right here, and I'm gonna lay these flat. So what you wanna do is get your veggies set up to like hardest to softest. Like broccoli, they cook super, super, super fast. Onions, fairly fast too. So what I'm gonna do is, these are going on first, and while those are cooking, because again, they take longer, I'm gonna cut my onions. While the onions are cooking, I'm gonna add the broccoli, and then they'll all get done at the same time. So it takes roughly 15 minutes for carrots that are about 1/4 inch, okay? Onions, I'm gonna cut same way, so they're gonna be the same thickness, and they take about 10 minutes. So I'm thinking 5, 10, 15 minutes. These guys only take 5 minutes. I'm gonna make sure this whole thing is got a layer of oil on it. You're gonna kind of stand back because these are gonna sizzle, because that is 425 degrees. If you don't have a sizzle, that means that your pan's not hot enough. My pan, again, we put it in just before we start cutting the carrots. So get them in a thin, even layer, single layer. All right, back in the oven. I'm gonna cut off both ends. I'm gonna take off that layer of paper. I'm not changing the thickness. Gonna drop my onion in here. All right. This is also a good way to do onion rings too. I'm gonna kind of flip them over a little bit, stir them around, because you don't want them drying out either. So then trying to get your onions in a single layer. Do your best. If not, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. Now, if you wanted to cut everything in the same thickness and throw it all in here at the same time, you can do that too. Like, there's no rules. We like a lot of pepper, so do what seasonings you like. Okay, if you want to use a seasoning salt, go for it. We actually went on vacation last year to Idaho and got this really yummy seasoning salt, and I've been using that a lot. But today I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple. All right, you can hear the sizzling is going down. It's not quite as loud. Gonna throw these guys in here. So if you don't have a grill pan like that, you don't need it. I normally do it on a cookie sheet. My cookie sheets are dirty. My youngest turned 5 yesterday. Those of you whose baby turns 5 is not cool. It's a full hand, if you know what I mean. I rinsed my broccoli off. This is organic broccoli, so chances are there could be some bugs in it, but that's how you know it's organic. So, it's just protein, guys. All right, so I'm literally gonna go through and kind of hack off the little florets. And you can do one of two things. You can cut them or break them, however you want to do it. I always feel bad because people throw away this. This is ugly looking, but if you peel it, and it can be hard to peel because of the lumpies down at the end, but if you just kind of peel it, it's actually really sweet. Tastes just like broccoli. And I leave about an inch because that gets pretty woody. You don't really need to get down into these too much, but just kind of the stalk. So what I'm gonna do is just slice these thin, and then we will throw them on at the same time we do our broccoli heads. For these guys, I'm just gonna break them into smaller things, and then I'm gonna cut them down from there. So I got my broccoli chopped up. It's a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. So I washed a cookie sheet, and I put that in and got that heating up. So I'm gonna grab that and grab my other one, kind of move things around, and then put it all back in the oven. So if you wanna keep these in rings, you can try, but honestly, I don't care. And I just start flipping them over. See how they're getting a little bit caramelized on the bottom? They're not done by any means. So I'm going to put the circles in. Again, remember it's gonna sizzle, so be careful. I kind of throw it at an angle so I'm not just dropping it and getting it splattered. And then your broccoli, if it's kind of on top of this, it's okay. Now this guy's going in. I'm gonna watch the clock. I'm gonna wait about 5 minutes, stir my broccoli, check everything else. It may need some more time, again, depending on the thickness of your veggies. So at this point, I'm getting some caramelization on here. I am going to salt and pepper these. Again, whatever seasoning you want. Back in the oven. Now these guys are pretty much done. I've got some crispy bits on my onions. So this is my little, like, it's just the topper, like the icing on the cake. You wanna take about a tablespoon of butter. I'm dividing it in a couple little areas. And you just wanna kinda get it on there. I just feel like this makes it taste a whole lot richer. So I'm just gonna put these in for just a couple more minutes until the broccoli is done. So the broccoli needs to be stirred every couple minutes because it does go from not done to done very quickly. So I'm going to add my butter to this. So just get it on the tray. These took about 10 minutes. I think it's 2 trays in the oven. Normally I do 1. I have dished myself up a beautiful plate here. Granted, I haven't put the other part of lunch, but yeah. So, gonna try them. Still a slight crunch. If you want them cooked more, cook them more. These taste, the carrots almost taste like they have candy. Like they've caramelized candy. Mmm, so good. And my onions. I think the broccoli needs a touch of salt, but other than that, so happy. Can't wait for the garden to start going so that I can get some fresh veggies all the time. All right, guys, I'm gonna dish up the rest of my family and we're gonna sit down and have lunch. I hope you guys have an amazing week. God bless, guys.
Action. Take 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Today we're using asparagus. Oh my gosh. This is, she wants a carrot. There you go. There you go. She's got to get her vegetables. All right. Woo. So again, if you're, oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I forgot one. Woo.
Broccoli overboard.
Broccoli overboard. It almost went in the chili.